Hi guys, DevilHunterXYZ, and we are playing Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, so, I guess I'll just do a, no, I guess I'll just do a new game. And I go for normal right now? Yeah, so, Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core. Yeah, originally I wanted to do a recording on this game, like a few years back actually, but you know, I just didn't want to go back to using the standard way of me recording PSP games, was just putting a camera in front of the PSP and record off of that. I mean, I could have done that, but it actually takes a lot longer for me to edit my videos that way. So I recently tried to look for what's it called, the Remote Joy Lite software for my PSP. And I was trying to get that to work, but for some reason it just wouldn't work. I'm not really exactly sure why. It could have been a lot of things. You know, maybe the custom firmware I was using wasn't compatible, or maybe the actual software just wasn't compatible for Windows 10. I really have no idea. So I decided to resort to using an emulator on this, and the emulator I'm using is known as the PPSSPP. It's a really ridiculous name for an emulator, but for what I've tested so far, it's not too bad. And I mean, I've really never used an emulator before. Yeah, so bear with me on this. So it might not be perfect. And of course, I had to spend some time tracking down the actual iOS files for Crisis Core so I can even play this game on the emulator. And then, of course, I also had to download a software that allows me to use my controller on the PC, and my PS4 controller, because there was no way I was going to play Crisis Core with a mouse and keyboard. I can tell you that. That was not going to happen. Yeah, so the software I was using is called the DS4 Windows, which what it essentially does is it tricks the PC into thinking that you're using an Xbox controller. Of course, I mean, yeah, of course you are using a PS4 controller, but it just tricks into thinking you're using one. And it works pretty well. I mean, I've managed to map out the buttons. Hopefully, I've gotten the buttons laid out pretty well. Yeah, but all that aside, in the end, I guess I'm using an emulator on my PC to play a PSP game using a PS4 controller. It's all strange and crazy, but you know what? In the end, it's still a PSP game. And, you know, I've wanted to record this game for quite some time. I mean, I really wanted to be authentic, but I can't really help that. So, anyway, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII is a prequel to the actual Final Fantasy VII game, taking place 7 years before the events. Of course, we're not playing as Cloud Strife. Yeah, we're playing as Zack Fair, second-class soldier. Of course, it looks a lot different compared to what he looks like in the actual main game, but, you know, he's a lot younger here. Which, I don't know actually how old he is here. I mean, thinking about it, he would have to have been like maybe 16 or 17, something like that, right now. I think that would have to be the case. And of course, the other person that was with them, that was his mentor, Angel Hewley, and of course, we'll get to him pretty soon as well. And of course, this opening was eerily similar to, well, you know, eerily similar to the actual Final Fantasy VII main theme. And you know what? If we really want to know more about the lore of Final Fantasy VII itself, I would say take a look at the YouTube channel, The Completionist, you know, that one video gamer. He actually did a collaboration with other YouTubers back in like 2 years ago about Final Fantasy VII, like a 7-part series. Yeah, I mean, it does a pretty good job explaining the whole story behind it, all the backstory, all the themes caught into it. I mean, it's pretty good. I highly recommend it.
Yes, but first you have to clear a path. Clear a path?
Alright, so I got Wutai troops in disguise as Shinra's soldiers, I guess. Shinra grunts. Wow, pretty sad. You got Shinra grunts can't even hit a person who's just standing still. Kinda goes how effective they really are. Alright, control Zack using the directional buttons or the analog stick. Enemies in the direction that Zack is facing will be targeted automatically. Cycle through commands using the L or R button, or I guess in my case I'm using L2 and R2. Press X to confirm, triangle to guard, square to dodge. Alright, so hopefully there's not going to be too much lag. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, you're going to be hearing that a lot. Activating combat mode. And of course, there's a lot on this HUD. I guess I can briefly explain. On the bottom left, you have your hit points, Mako... Well, okay. I don't know what people pronounce these or anything like that, and I would want to get into a huge debate. For my sake, I'm going to call it hit points. I'm going to call it... I don't know, I guess for my sake, I'll just call it Mako points. And I guess also... I guess AP, I'll call that action points. I think it is action points. And the bottom right, you see all your command prompts. You know, you got attack. Okay, hold on. Okay, looks like I might actually get this one. Modulating phase, a chance of you possibly getting your hands on a limit break. Power surge basically equals limit breaks. Limit breaks are basically special attacks that Zack can do. Yeah. Anyway, on the bottom right, you had all your Materias. And then you also have your item bag, you know, if you want to use items. It's not as expansive as the actual game, the original game anyway.
Not too bad.
Alright, well, we'll continue with this in a little bit. Hold on. There's just so much to discuss here.
You got it.
Ooh, I can hear the boss battle theme going on. Or I guess technically that remixed version of it. But no, this one isn't too bad actually. I do like it. Okay, here's our boss. Alright. Got Behemoth. Alright, so anyway, back to the HUD. On the top... so on the top, you have the spinning reel known as the DMW, which basically it constantly spins, constantly gives you different effects depending on the numbers you get. And if two of the phases match up, then you enter into a modulating phase, which a chance of you getting a limit break. And also, if the numbers match there in the modulating phase, then either it will level up your materia in that specific slot, or it will level up your character itself. So. Yeah, I guess that was kind of one of the weird complaints, the fact that the leveling system was kind of random. I wouldn't really say it's random, it's more like you have an invisible experience meter, more or less, and, or I guess kind of also on percentage-wise. You know, like the more battles you get into, the higher the chance of you leveling up. I mean, because there will be cases where you're going to be going through like a dozen battles and you're possibly not even going to level up. But then there'll be other times where you go through maybe one battle and all of a sudden you level up like 4 times. So, I mean, it's kind of an odd way for it to work like that, but you get used to it. And of course on top you have the limit and normal, meaning that's how, I guess it kind of determines like the percentage on when you enter into modulating phase itself. You know, if it goes any higher then you have a better chance. And of course the SP on top stands for soldier points. I think that's what it was, soldier points, which are basically points needed in order for you to spin the DMW, you know. So, yeah, it may seem like a lot, but, you know, you'll get into it pretty quickly. Alright, let me try out some of these material. Firaga. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of these right, but I'm not here. This is not a pronunciation thing, right? I'm not going to get into a debate on that. Bizaga, Thandagra, okay, I don't know. Modulating phase. Okay, not bad. Well, see, level up. Blizzaga. Pretty fast, I already leveled it up and I only used it once.
Here we go. Go, go.
Chain Slash, alright. Let's see, Assault Twister. Okay, right now I got no physical damage. Well, I had no physical damage. Yeah, you notice some of the faces on the DMW are blank. Well, I mean, that's because we haven't met some of the characters yet. You know, I don't want to jump too far ahead in the story, but we'll get more. And actually, there are some criteria that you might have to meet in order to get certain things. Ah. Well, level 1. Firaga level 2, alright. At least I got 2 level ups, surprisingly. Again! I must be getting lucky. Come on. Wow. Okay, Firaga level 3. Jesus, man. I'm getting a pretty lucky game already.
Here we go. Go, go, go.
Let's see. Dodge. Works pretty well. Yeah, so on I have in the past did complete the entire DMW stuff. I mean, that's if we want to do a lot of side missions and stuff like that. I mean, we'll get to that eventually. Let me just take care of this behemoth here. Actually, what am I doing? I should go around the back. Luckily, because it's an action RPG... Wow, okay. So because this is an action RPG, we can actually go around the back, do critical damage. I like the fact that it is an action RPG.
Showing your back to the enemy.
Ooh, what's this?
Overconfidence will destroy you.
Oh my god, it's Sephiroth. Oh.
Damn it. You're not the only hero.
It's over.
I don't think we can do this. Okay, wow, that's not good. But granted, I mean, he is Sephiroth. What do you expect? Oh, in case you're wondering, Angel Hewley, he's also a first-class soldier like Sephiroth. I mean, being that he is Zack's mentor, so... You know what? I do like the CGI that they have here in this game. It's pretty impressive. You know, it's the same CGI that they used for the actual Advent Children movie. You know, if only the rest of the game could have played out like this, that would have been nice. Actually, I guess that would have been kind of close to... I guess it would be close to Final Fantasy 15, I guess, you know. As of this recording, it did recently released, and I've been hearing it's actually not too bad. But, I don't know, it's just, I'm really just more of a 7 fan. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan in general. So, mission abort, huh? Apparently this entire time was nothing more than a training simulation.
Training's over.
Why?
But wait a minute, if this was a training simulation, how did the... Yeah.
You serious?
How exactly did the sword break if this was a training simulation?
I was just getting warmed up.
So wait a minute, are you saying you can actually get killed in a training simulation? That'd be pretty sad. And pretty dangerous.
Zack. Embrace your dreams.
Yeah, you do notice he has the Buster Sword, Angeal. Yeah, so even before Zack had the Buster Sword, his mentor was the one who owned it.
You need to have dreams. And honor.
Oh, poor Zack. Alright, so that's the end of the prologue chapter. I guess that's what you could call it, the prologue chapter. You know, it's a little too early for me to call it quits yet, so let's get a little bit into it more. No, I say graphic-wise, it does look pretty good. I mean, granted, yeah, this is PSP quality, but it's still pretty the same. Almost like PS2 quality, really.
All this training and no assignments, like they're hanging me out to dry.
You must be pretty busy with everyone off base.
Off base? Wait, haven't you heard? There's been a mass desertion at Soldier.
Wait, what? A mass desertion of Soldier? Okay, then we get into these type of graphics where it's a little bit less, I don't know, a little bit less clear, and of course there's no voiceovers. I mean, I wouldn't expect the entire game to have all voiceovers. That would have been nice, but that'd be... I really thought that was ever going to happen on a PSP game. Alright, so his name is Consul. It appears one of the first deserted. He took a bunch of seconds and thirds with him, too. Nobody knows why he left or what he's up to. This mass desertion's the reason why your training's on hold. Heads up, but first... Zack, new assignment. Woo, finally. Some real action. Yeah, Zack really likes being in the spotlight, I can tell you that. This would be your show. Yes. Report to Director Lazard. We'll give you the details.
Zack, it's good to finally meet face to face. Lazard, director of Soldier.
Oh, it looks pretty classy.
Hey, yeah.
On to business.
So, what's the haps? Missing in action.
First class Genesis.
Genesis.
A month ago, he went missing during a mission.
Well, okay. I guess if you ever played Dirge of Cerberus, and if you ever saw that secret ending at the end of the game, you'll see a character known as G. That's the way it was called back then, but of course they decided to take G and turn him into Genesis for this game.
Yes. This war has gone on long enough.
I've recommended you for first.
Oh, really?
Hey, Jill! Oh, I love you, man!
Jeez, calm down, Zack.
Don't make me regret this, Zack.
Sorry.
Once you're packed, you'll leave at once.
Oh, okay, right off the bat, we're gonna go right into a war. The operation will begin immediately upon arrival at Wutai. If you have any questions about the assignment or combat in general, you should talk to the other soldier operatives. I'll tell you everything you need to know. The first thing you have to learn is about combat. You probably got a handle on it in training, but I sent you a mail explaining basic combat. You should give it a read. Well, on the game field, press the triangle to open up the menu. From menu, select mail to read the tutorial mail. Okay. Yeah, you see a little envelope icon. Alright, so... Ooh, got a lot of stuff for tutorials here. Yeah, I mean, I guess this would be another good way to get an understanding of what all of these is about. I know, like controls and combat, parameters. Of course, they don't tell you exactly what HP, MP, and AP stand for. Of course, they tell you what SP stands for, yeah. So, where's right? Soldier points. Status ailments, status changes, DMW. Yeah, okay, limit breaks, equipment. Actually, it's interesting. Materia. As of right now, I only have 4 materia slots. That's mainly because of the fact that I am a second-class soldier. Yeah, of course, no surprise. Once Zack gets to first class, he actually has 6. And as for accessories, as of right now, you only get 2 to start out with. But there are a couple of secret, well, I wouldn't say secret, but there are a couple of missions that you can do that can give you a couple of more accessories. So you can bring it up to 4. Materia, leveling up. Yeah, so when the limit verge screen adds 777, when it reads it up like that. Yeah, so Zack can get up to level 99. Of course, again, weirdly, he starts out as level 7, or maybe it was level 6. Okay. Shops. Missions. Controls during missions. Alright, so a lot of the basic stuff, really. Items, of course, there are like items you can use. I got potions for HP, ether. I'm gonna go with ether, right? This restores MP. Yeah, this is gonna be a huge problem with all this pronunciation stuff. Then I got Soma for AP. Let's see, equipment. Of course, weirdly I got fire, blizzard, cure, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, so unfortunately I don't have any of the materia that I had beforehand. My cure is not too bad for right now anyway. Yeah, and then of course materia. Okay, materia fusion hasn't been unlocked yet. DMW. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can see here. Limit breaks, limit verges. Yeah. Like I said, in order to get some of the stuff here, I would say also it's kind of also on the luck side on how to get some of this in a way. If you want to get 100%, I mean, if you want to get 100% completion on this, because I think you do get an item if you do get 100% completion on all the DMW stuff. But you know, it's more than just standard limit breaks for characters. You can also unlock like summons. There aren't that many though, unfortunately. Then I mean, some of them are okay. And of course, you get some weird chocobo mode happening when you ever get the chocobo type characters. It's strange. It's really strange. Missions, mail shops. Yeah, you got technically shops that you can go for. Yeah, I mean, you got potions, ether, soma, remedy. You know what? Maybe for right now, I'll just buy 2 of these. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that'd be good for right now. At least I can heal some status ailments. And of course, you unlock some new shops whenever you do missions and possibly doing some other things. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so not too bad right now. And of course, my stats are kind of average. Attack, vitality, magic, spirits, luck. Yeah, so attack is your attack power. Vitality is your pretty much defense, I guess. That's the best way to put it. Magic is basically the strength of your magic attack. Spirit, I believe it's your magic defense, if I'm not mistaken. And luck is supposed to be your chance of getting criticals. You know, your chance of performing critical hits and stuff like that. All right. So, did you read the mail? Yep, I read it all right. Well, knowing you probably won't remember everything after one read. Hey, that's not true. Well, read it when you need to refresh your memory. It will come in handy, I promise. By the way, the material you were using in the training have been confiscated. Ah, man. Powerful material have to be earned on your own. Those are the soldier rules. Why? The next thing you have to know about are the special tasks classified as missions. Put simply, these are errands that the company assigns to soldier operatives. To participate in missions, you will have to register your personal information on the mission board. Press X in front of the mission board. You're allowed to accept missions. Areas that can be checked using X will be displayed a help message. After you register, you can check missions on your handset. You mean my phone? Come on, I'll show you how to register on the mission board. Open. Okay, so this is the mission board. Here, try registering yourself now. Examine. Alright. Mission registration accepted. To undertake missions, enter a save point and press triangle, then select missions from the main menu. You can only undertake missions when you are at a save point. And conveniently, there's a save point. Now that you're registered, you should try doing a mission. Sounds like a good idea. I'll do that right now. The save point is that way. If you're unsure about combat during missions, you should read the tutorial mail I sent you. Okay. Who's this guy? Third class soldier. Time is of the essence. Please complete your preparation swiftly. New mission available. Alright. I guess this is mandatory. You have to do a mission. I think you have to do a mission. Yeah, so these missions are basically... Yeah, these are basically side missions that you can do. And yeah, you get interesting rewards depending on the mission itself. I'm not going to be doing these missions. Mainly for the fact that, honestly, they're kind of on the boring side. And really repetitive. Because they're more or less the same thing. You're basically in a randomly generated world. You travel across the area. You find a designated target you have to defeat. And then you defeat it. And you just rinse and repeat for most of these. Some of them are a little bit different. You know, some of you are actually facing bosses. But yeah, it kind of gets really tiring. And of course, to even unlock some of them, you had to actually do things in the game itself. And of course, if you miss the opportunity, then there's really no way for you to even complete it. So you gotta be aware of that. I would really say if you want to actually complete all the missions, get yourself a guide and to help you out. I think I actually do have an old guide somewhere that I actually used to help me get all the missions. Well, I guess for right now, training missions, basic training. This is a simulated battle against infantrymen. The difficulty level is set low, so it should pose no problems for a soldier operative. Relax and enjoy the training. Alright. Alright, basic training. Not bad. Actually, I think what was interesting is in the Japanese version, if you were doing missions and if by chance you actually did get yourself killed in the missions, that it actually counted as a game over, surprisingly. Yeah, so that's why it was really a good idea to actually save before undertaking the missions. Weirdly, in the US though, oh, got an elixir. That's good. And of course, the classic fanfare. Yeah, so anyway, if you do undertake missions in the American version, you don't have to worry about getting yourself killed. You just get sent back to the outside into the main menu. That's it. Looks like you cleared a mission. Nice work. It was so easy I could have done it blindfolded. You're the man, Zack. I'll be waiting to hear about your exploits on the Swutai assignment. Oh, I almost forgot. I never explained these supply pods to you, did I? And these supply pods are items you can use in battle. The company sends them to us periodically. I see, they're like provisions for soldier members. It'd be a shame to squander the company's goodwill. Check it out before you go on assignment. I wonder what they gave us this time. Knowing them, something really unimpressive, I guess. Bronze bangle. Alright, looks like you're ready to go. Lastly, I'll tell you about mail. Just now I sent a mail to your handset. We can exchange information this way. Okay, yeah, he's telling us we can exchange information this way, but we're not going to actually be sending mail ourselves, unfortunately. So I don't know why this whole explanation. It would have been weird, but nice if we could actually send mail to other characters, but you know. You can also get messages from Director Lazard and the company news via mail. Check it regularly. And who knows, maybe you'll get mail from friends you make along the way. Hinting at some foreshadowing right there. But but don't just read mail that you get from girls. You will periodically receive mail from various people. Check your inbox regularly. If you want. Well, I guess that's everything. Looks like it's time for you to head out. You're going with Angel, right? Good luck on the assignment. Yeah, thanks for all the information. Alright, let's check this real quick. Mail. Console here. Now that you've got your mail account ready, allow me, your loyal, well-connected pal, to give you lots of insider info. Why? Because I'm such a nice guy. And I know you and your one-track mind don't know what I know. Okay. I don't know if that's a compliment or what. Oh, okay. Shinra News. Midgar construction project. Okay, most of this is just telling us about the current construction of Midgar. As of right now, Midgar is under development. And basically it's telling us that it's going to be completed in 7 years. Fully completed in 7 years. Yeah, of course that's far into the future. More or less. Alright, so... Actually, there's one thing I want to do real quick. Now, Zack, don't get greedy. There's a limit to how much free stuff you get. The company isn't stupid, you know. Alright. Okay, this is going to be weird, but if you check these pots, I think 20 times... Kind of like the whole Resident Evil thing with checking the desk like 50 times or whatever. Hold on. Give it some time. Hold on, give it a... It's gotta be something. Anytime. Come on, I just want something. Nope. I think it's 20 times. I got lost count. Okay, here goes. Fine, fine. If you want items so badly, I'll give you what I got in my pot today. Cursed ring. There you go. Yeah, so a lot of people probably don't know about that. If you check your pod like 20 times, more or less, console will actually give you the cursed ring. And you know what, speaking of which, let's equip... Well, maybe the bangle will equip it. The problem is with the cursed ring, it's guaranteed to curse the wearer. Yeah, it ups all my stats, but then I'll be in curse status, though. That's the only downside to that. Yeah, so, I mean, it's a good bonus if you want to get your hands on that. I guess for right now, I'll just go with the bronze bangle. 10% and HP. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe I might try the curse ring eventually. Maybe a little bit later. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for right now. Maybe I should just call it. I don't want to make this video too long. Alright. Of course, I got all my saves here in case I ever wanted them. I did transfer them from my PSP. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so not a bad start to this playthrough. Alright, well, this is DevilHunterXYZ, and until next time.